Hi guys, I'm Karina.
I'm Jennifer.
I'm Christian.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome back to the L.A.T.E podcast. The law according to Eric. So as you all heard, the Nepo baby's back. He came to visit. He's never really invited. He just comes by. But, we have Christian here today. He's going to be joining us. How do you feel, Christian?
Stressed and tired. The usual.
That didn't stop him from coming, so.
No, I noticed that. I noticed that his struggles in law school haven't stopped you from just getting fucking savage, like right on him.
Christian knew what was coming.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Well,
Christian knows me, so he knows, how I am. All right. So today's topics are, well, it's only one topic, my bad, but it's crazy exes. So I didn't stop that from just one specific thing. So we have, I believe I put in there a crazy boss story, or crazy ex-boss, crazy ex-girlfriend, crazy ex-wife, crazy ex-boyfriend. So we have all of the crazy exes.
I think fair enough, because I think every one of us sitting here has at least one of those in our lives.
Yes.
And for Christian's sake, it had best not be crazy ex-boss.
He's had other bosses.
Okay, well, has he though?
Yeah.
Did he work at Best Buy or something?
Has he?
Yeah, he worked.
Yeah. They, still nepotism, but other bosses.
All right. I just want to say, I don't think any of us prepped the dad joke for this episode.
Oh, I got mine now. I said I didn't have it then.
Okay, audience. Excuse me.
See, she has one too.
Okay, so first of all, to my audience / fam, 30 minutes ago, everybody's like, oh yeah, I didn't even look one up today. I'm like, all right, forget it, we're not going to do it.
You didn't say we're not going to do it.
No, I'm saying that now. But the point is, they all kind of came up with it, so I'm going to make an executive decision, and then there's just no dad joke this week.
Wow, because you don't have one?
Because I said so. And last week, we put out a challenge, like, look, if you thought my dad joke was better, send an email. If you thought Karina's was better, send an email. Karina won. No, yesterday, while I'm in court trying to save this poor couple from losing their only asset left, Karina's working the phones, calling her cousins and friends.
No.
Email and say that my dad joke was better.
No, you only got 2 from me. You just got 1 for you.
So I'm going to just say Karina won by default. It's under protest, but I'm going to give it to her for that.
Okay.
And then this week, there's no more fucking dad joke. I don't care.
One.
I don't care. You know what?
Exactly. Say your joke.
No. Let me tell you. You can hope in one hand, shit in the other, and see which fulfills first. Because no dad joke this week. That's it.
Jen, how do you feel about that?
That's very unjust.
All right, fine. I know. I mean, I thought it was the law according to Eric, but okay. Apparently, the law according to Jennifer is that she gets to tell her dad joke. Go ahead and do it.
Right. After I broke up with my ex, I couldn't shower alone for 10 years. Then I got out of jail.
All right, you want to hear mine? You're a hater. Anyways, I was crossing the street when I suddenly noticed my ex getting ran over by a bus. I thought to myself, wow, that could have been me. But then I remembered that I couldn't drive a bus. So. Thank you.
I'm not even going to comment.
Mm-hmm. You're just mad that you didn't have one.
You know what? Sorry, I'm still getting over this cold. I do apologize to the audience. Rather than waste time finding a dad joke for today, I guess I was busy, doing work, saving people's houses, filing briefs,
today,
meeting deadlines, getting my California State Supreme Court opinion mailed to me. The case that I won at the highest court in the state.
He's been sitting here all day today. I was at the courthouse. I still had time to come back and look for a joke.
I just didn't think it was nearly as important, as these other things. But apparently, I was wrong. So next week, I'll do 4 of them, and nobody else.
Wow, 4 of them.
Bam! That just happened. All right, let's get started.
4 of them is crazy.
All right, because I know Christian's got things to do, so he says.
Okay. All right, first one. Title is Crazy Ex Called My Director and Told Them I Was Using Drugs. Called my director and told them I was using drugs.
Okay.
Hi, all. You want to say hi back?
Did he seriously start hi, all?
Yeah, hi, all.
Can I just tell you? Sorry. That just
Christian, he hates when they say hello. He
first of all, yes, because it's just fucking Reddit on the internet. But my crazy ex that I won't get into any details, but one of her like little quirks that was super fucking annoying was she would start every initial meeting with hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Every fucking conversation.
That's worse than hi all,
Yeah,
actually.
Hi ho, hi ho.
It's worse than hi.
Yeah. So talk about triggering, your
Sorry.
boss like right out of the gate. It sounds the same. Number one. Number two, it's fucking Reddit. Who are you hiring to? I mean, seriously. That's what I mean. Like the amount of detail and time that some of these people put in. I'm just saying, is just fucking beyond me. Like we had like the one with the fake leg, the brother that carries around the fake leg.
Oh my god! I should read that. To
but
you
there
while
was
you're here.
so much detail that goes into some of these. All right, but anyway, I can see we're already
gotten past the first.
I know. I was gonna say we're already starting because, in all fairness, you guys fucked with my dad joke segment this week, and now it's got me all upset. All right, but go ahead. So,
all right. I'll skip over the hi all this time.
Thank you.
I work at a hospital. Today, my director called me in the office and informed me that someone had called their tip line anonymously and said that I stole narcotics from the hospital and used fake urine to pass a urine test. Both are false. They said that they launched an investigation and my narcotics records were perfect, but that they were required to pass the information to my contracting agency. I don't normally use any drugs, and I've never stolen from a hospital, but I did smoke a few hits of marijuana a few days ago when my friend from across the country came to visit. I know it was stupid, but there's nothing I can do about it now. I am 100% sure that it was my ex. We had a big fight the other day, and she has done things in the past to try and ruin my life. The only other people I really talk to anymore are my few close friends who would never do something like that. However, since the call was anonymous, I'm not sure if I could legally prove that it was her. I'm just looking for some general advice here as I feel like my world has come crashing down. I'm assuming that if I called for a urine test, I basically have to take it or I could be fired. I'm honestly not even too worried too much about that as much as I am. Wait, hold on. Sorry. I'm honestly not even worried too much about that as I took a home test today and passed, although there was a faint line. I'm also wondering if I have any legal recourse as this could possibly affect future contracts with my employer and ruin my chances of getting into med school. Thanks.
You guys can take this one first. I got a lot to say about this. Go ahead.
Are you allowed to say?
Go ahead.
All right. I don't have a lot to say, so you're going to go. Bye.
Honestly, I would be pissed. Like if someone honestly called you and was like, Karina's stealing from you. Like if we had like supplies, Karina's stealing supplies, Karina's doing this. I'd be pissed. I would have to beat somebody's ass. Like I'm not even settling things in the court. Like we're gonna fight. I'm gonna have to beat your ass. Like that's ridiculous to me.
All I'm saying is don't piss me off, Karina, because this is a pretty good idea. Also, I mean, I've never worked in a hospital, but why do hospitals have like an anonymous tip line? I mean, the poster literally said they called the tip line.
Yeah, they have an anonymous tip line.
Why? Okay.
Yeah, you're right. That is kind of weird.
Weird.
That is pretty weird, yeah.
All right.
Let's hear it.
First of all, the fact that this guy thinks he's going to med school one day, but writes in the most rambling, fucking incoherent sentences possible, give it up, pal. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I don't think there's a hospital in the country that doesn't have security cameras around the pharmacies or other dispensary areas for narcotics or Schedule I drugs. So it should be pretty easy to disprove.
Yeah.
Right. Plus, at least, and I can tell you this with some degree of certainty because before I was a lawyer, I used to work for a large healthcare provider named Kaiser Permanente. And I was actually one of the people in charge of like their regulatory compliance, which dealt with the pharmacy. Mm-hmm. Pharmaceutical inventory is taken daily.
Yeah.
I mean, or nightly, whatever, even 24-hour pharmacies stop and shut all but like one window for an hour a day to make sure that they're not over inventory, under inventory, missing anything, especially those Schedule I narcotics. So,
well, even that in like regular pharmacies, you can't even go in there without like a pass.
Yeah.
I worked at Friday, a pharmacy in that.
That's it. Okay. Number two. Okay. This guy, if give yourself a break, pal. Okay. If you don't know at this point that you can just take a few shots of vinegar to cheat a weed test, you don't be a fucking doctor.
Like you'll be fine.
I'm saying don't be a fucking doctor, right? If you can't look that up as a budding medical student and realize, given the power of the internet, that there's like a million fucking ways to beat a weed report on a test.
He said it was a while ago. Like it wasn't even that. Like
I don't care if it was fucking yesterday. There's so many ways to get around just weed.
I know.
So you already like.
Why did they check your hair?
No, the hospital's not going to do that for that. And even if they do, if he's in a state that it's legal, you can't be fired for that. It's like wine in a lot of places. No, it's legal.
So
unless it's specifically in his employment contract that he cannot utilize any type of recreational substance, which would include alcohol, Because in states where cannabis is legalized, it's essentially considered the same as alcohol. You have to be over 21 unless you have a prescription.
Because I've seen companies that do drug testing in California.
They can, and they can, and they. So here's the thing: they may have a policy ahead of time saying that if pre-employment screening, right, we're not going to hire you if you test this way. A company can do that, but if you're already there and the law passed, if the company doesn't change its entire policy and retroactively and do all this other stuff, no. But even if it were somehow a problem and the guy's faint. Getting back to the rest of this, the guy just wrote everything in one stupid post. I mean, first of all, you don't know if it's your ex or not. It's an anonymous. I agree. Who else could it fucking be? Right? I mean, honestly, but okay, what are you going to do? Yeah. Take the fucking drug test. Tell them you never stole. Tell them to check the security tapes. Yeah. Offer to take a lie detector if you really want. I mean,
never take a lie detector.
No, that's not true. They're honestly beatable, but
they're not reliable.
No, but that's the
even
point.
If you're just a little nervous, that they're gonna, pick up that.
I understand. You're missing the point. It's a tactic. The hospital's not going to pay a private polygraph company. But the fact that you just offer it, right, just lends more to this idea that you really have nothing to hide. But honestly, I'm almost like offended that we just wasted this much time on this kind of question. I'm hoping it gets better because this was just stupid.
Okay.
So pick your fucking, pick your exes better. Learn how to fucking write. Figure out how to beat a weed test. And
you might want to buckle up for med school.
No, and I was saying, please, for the love of fucking God, don't be a doctor that treat people. Right? You should stay away from people that need your help. That's it. That's all I can say about that.
Okay. Any other comments from any of us? No? Okay. Next one. Next one is, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for warning my ex's boyfriend about her? I dated a really horrible person who was verbally abusive to me. She would constantly say things like I wasn't good enough for her and that she was never there for me when I needed it most. Before we broke up, she would go through periods of several days of just ghosting me, and she even made a post talking about how girls should ghost their boyfriends to make them miss them. She ghosted me for 5 days, and then I decided that I'm done, and I broke up with her. She instantly got my text notifying that I was breaking up with her, and she called me constantly. When I finally picked up, she screamed and cursed me out, then begged me to come back to her. I later found out that she cheated on me. A month later, I see her at a bar with a new boyfriend, and I waited until he went to the restroom. He looked scared as I went up to him and said, "Look, bro, I don't want any trouble." I cut him off, and I told him that I was here to warn him about how much of a crazy bitch she actually is. I just played him all the voicemails, audio messages, and showed him her text that she had sent me before. He was horrified at all the nasty and horrible things my ex-girlfriend had said, and I told him the whole story. He thanked me and left the bar. I later found out that they broke up. Am I the asshole for what I did? Apparently in the comments he later said all his friends were saying that he was the asshole, and her friends were saying he was the asshole, and that she was saying that he shouldn't do that. She wanted to get some restraining order on him.
Okay, well first let me just say Reddit's almost always wrong anyway. I don't care what Reddit says, but I'm going to let girl power handle this question first.
It's a lot of effort to go to mess up with someone's date or whatever. I don't know. He should just be thankful he's done with her. Just move on.
Yeah. I don't think he's awesome.
Brother needs to find some better women in his life. But
that's not the question. The question is, do you think he's the asshole for going and telling him?
No. But I think he's
not the asshole, so you know.
He's just I don't know, extra, man. Just get over it. It's you're not an asshole for doing it, but brother, it's over. You don't have to go through so much effort to try and ruin her future relationships. It's just a little weird.
Yeah, I've never understood people that put that much effort into revenge.
I do.
Nope, this is Karina.
I don't think she's the crazy ex. I think he is. I'm serious. He is. How much fucking effort does it take to, scope out the new boyfriend?
Well, no,
lying in wait. No, he was lying in wait for her to go to the restroom. He didn't know if she was going in for number 1 or number 2. This is going to be 2 minutes or 30 minutes. But he had these fucking audio recordings, had to have been geared up somehow. He had this whole thing ready. There's no way this was just spontaneous. Maybe going to the same bar, because I'm sure he had no fucking clue where his ex-girlfriend liked to drink, right? He had but okay, let's pretend that I live in the same fantasy world as brother here does, and he just happened to be in the same bar as his ex and her new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
The amount of time. Okay, yes, sure. Yeah, sure it was. The amount of time and effort to gear up those fucking voicemails, stalk them to wait for her to go to the bathroom. Figure she was going to take more than a minute or two. Go to the guy and just fucking lay this all out, play messages. Okay. He's the crazy ex, not her. She clearly moved on. Yes, everything up until this point, she was fucking nuts. And I was on team bro, okay? Until this tells me that this guy is much more unstable than she is. She was just there having a drink with her new boyfriend, and he clearly wasn't having any of it. Okay? Yes, he's the asshole. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Reddit. Fuck yeah, he is. He needs help. Seriously, he does. No woman is worth that.
They said that he wasn't the asshole.
No, then Reddit's wrong again.
Me and Christian were right with Reddit.
No, I'm right. That's all I meant. But Reddit, again, amazing. Reddit's wrong again. What did this fucking guy, I'm serious. That he's obsessed. He is. Okay.
Maybe like he's so traumatized that he doesn't want.
He's not fucking traumatized. He was not traumatized enough to go to some bar randomly to go drink, right? Hang out. He wasn't too traumatized to replay.
Re-traumatized
no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He wasn't re-traumatized replaying all those messages again and again, like for everybody. And who else? How do we know nobody else at the bar? Maybe everybody heard that in the bar.
They should all be scared of her.
They should be scared of guys like that. I'm serious. Guys like that. I've known a guy like that just could not let go. Okay. And he got really weird about stuff. Right. And then the whole idea that his ex was maybe seeing somebody else, he got like all mad. Right. Kind of like, how dare she? No, how dare she? I mean, listen, I'm going to use a phrase that I learned a couple of weeks ago watching one of my great shows.
Oh, God.
And this is the honest to God's truth. Nobody is dickmatized that bad, right? She clearly moved on.
Well, he's not dickmatized.
No, he clearly was unable to dickmatize her because she fucking moved the fuck on. Yeah. That's the point, right? That's why I'm saying he's really he's the crazy ex. Christian, you ever have like one of these crazy ex-boyfriends like go nuts on you?
Yeah, come on, Christian. What are your crazy ex-boyfriend stories?
All right, first off, that was uncalled for. Second off, just like Eric, this guy is kind of on his like grade A hater shit.
Christian, you were literally saying he wasn't the asshole though.
He's not. I respect how much of a hater he is. He had a Batman tool belt full of evidence
he is a
just to show this next boyfriend. I honestly respect that. I don't think he's the asshole. Honestly, I don't. I'm standing by that.
Exactly. I would have made a PowerPoint. Take that shit right there. Put a screen projector.
Maybe it's a generational thing. Honestly, I just.
But no, I just gotta say it's kind of horrifying but impressive.
I just feel like back in my day, we just didn't go that far with our exes. Like when it was done, it's done. Now, I mean, everybody, I think, at one time or another, has sort of had like the rebound fuck, or like the we think we're going to get back together, or we're still mad at each other fuck, but then they don't. Okay, that's different, right? But those aren't meant to be like lasting or whatever. Those are just of the moment.
Those are hookups.
Well, but I'm saying like people break up and then they're like, oh, maybe I feel bad now, or I'm upset. Can we just see each other one last time? I knew a guy back in my old fraternity back in the day that was his gimmick. When he was breaking up with a girl, he would wait till she was like really upset, and he'd be like, okay, look, maybe we can just see each other like one last time, right?
My God.
And he would constantly try to get like that one last lay-in before it was all over. And he was probably successful 3 or 4 times just by doing that. So I'm just saying, like, there are unscrupulous people all over the place, but old boy, he's off the fucking deep end.
I think he was great for that, but okay.
Look, it's not about. I mean, I know we're spending a lot of time on this question. Look, it's not about the fact that let's pretend that he legitimately has a concern for all of mankind, and he just wants to save every fucking guy for falling into this thirst trap of a girlfriend or whatever. I'm just saying he wants to save all of his fellow bros, right? He's following
code, right?
Right. He's following the guy code, right? He wants to save his fellow bros from, ending up with fucking Frankenstein or whatever. I just think this went so far out of what was necessary to do something like that. And by the way, it's not like and let me say, the only thing that would make this story acceptable is if the new boyfriend were like a friend of his, or like somebody he was somehow.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
More understandable.
Yeah.
But some random guy that she's now dating. What the fuck?
I can't believe the random guy listened to him.
Honestly, I don't know how true that is. I can only tell you, if it were me and if my girl's ex came up to me like, bro, yo, I gotta warn you, it would take everything I had not to just kick him in the pants and get the fuck away from me. And he
already said he was scared when he came up to him.
I'm just saying, how long could they have been going out at this point anyway?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And the other option, which I should have thought of earlier, and admittedly I didn't, so I concede. He could be acting like this because maybe she's just a sunshine. And he just can't let it go.
Do you know what a sunshine is?
No.
A sunshine is a girl whose pussy's so good that if you threw it up in the air, it would burst into sunshine.
Gotcha.
Okay, so if she's a sunshine, that might make sense why he would keep going back, or why he would like try to. Well, I'm just saying why he would try to like break them up. Maybe he's trying to like glide into her DMs. Or is that a thing? Did I say that right?
Slide.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
You had
trying.
it.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, all right. We spent too much time.
Okay,
so
next one.
This is gonna be like a long fucking episode.
Next one. Crazy ex trying to use me for criminal defense. Also, hold on. They spelled defense like defense, like fence.
Like D apostrophe, like is what?
And it's CE at the end. Defense.
Wow.
DEFEN.
You know what? This guy needs a defense. Now, the only thing I'm wondering off the bat is is his ex-girlfriend a lawyer, or is he just wants her to alibi him? But we'll read the thing. But that's my first instinct is I think it's an alibi.
Okay.
Like I need an alibi. But all right, go ahead.
My ex, who tormented me for over 3 years, a man who would lock me in the house for days on end, take my phone, car keys, wallets, and would have cameras inside of the house. He would watch me on while ignoring my text calls and pleas to come home and let me out of the house, or at least give me my phone. So this is who her ex is. It's a man. Her crazy ex is a man. Long story short, I, with the help of my parents, got away from him, and we have been in no contact for 4 months, and I have not seen him in 9. He has gotten himself addicted to hard drugs and is in a lot of trouble with the law. Well, his lawyers have decided to try and say that all the illegal things and drugs that they found in his house that I was never on the lease on, and they took it and pinned it on me to say that it was all of mine belongings. And since all of my belongings were at the house, but I wasn't living there, that I was back home. What? Hold on. And pin it on me and say all of it was mine as my belongings were still in the house, but I wasn't living there. I was back home. And to this day, I have never even had any of my items returned by him. I lost every single thing I ever owned. The detectives really seemed nice, and they wanted to talk to me to get a statement, saying obviously the shit isn't mine, but I'm so upset that he is capable of going this low to try to make my life harder after all the torment he has inflicted on me. How can he possibly sleep at night? Since writing that, I've since sat down with the AFP task force and came to talk to me with the AFP. I don't know what that is. The task force that came to talk to me and told them, obviously none of it is mine and they are totally on my side. So they say, I find it hard to trust a lawyer, police, or judge, or anyone who doesn't have anything to lose. I know that on January 11th, his defense team, again, they need to learn how to write defense, team gained the brief of evidence to the... What? Okay, I'm going to ignore what she said. But anyways, the story's there. She couldn't write.
This broad's out of her mind.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
How is she out of his mind? She might not know how to spell.
Let me tell you something. There's a 0% chance she's not going to get convicted and go to jail.
But it's not her shit.
It's not the point. She can't even participate. All right, she can't fucking write.
I know.
She can't participate and help her own defense. She's going down.
Her grammar is so bad.
That's what I'm saying.
She can't even spell fucking defense. I don't know what.
I couldn't even follow.
Basically, the story was that her ex, she was like abusive. She finally left. Mm-hmm. And then now he's been convicted of all these hard drugs that he's addicted to. And they're basically saying that they're all hers because her belongings are still in his house that she never got her shit out of. So they're trying to blame it and be like, well, that's all her stuff. She never came back to retrieve her stuff. So all the fucking drugs you found in the house are hers. And they're trying to blame her for it.
I gotta admit, it kind of sounds like she's on something.
It does. No, the way she wrote this, it does. I honestly read like the first paragraph and I was like, okay, this would be good. And then I kept it.
There's no fucking way she wrote that while not on the, doing the fucking Thorazine shuffle or whatever she's on. No fucking chance. Mm-hmm. She was nowhere near clear when she wrote that.
But okay, saying that might be true, that her ex actually is pinning this on her. What could she do?
Defend?
But
what can she do? I mean, it's her word against his. Her stuff's at his apartment, but if she moved out or she lives somewhere else, that should be easy enough to establish. Mm-hmm. I don't live there anymore. Here's where I live now. If she moved back in with like her mom or dad, it might be a little harder to prove that like all the utilities are in their name. and it's a harder alibi when it's your relative or parent, vouching for you. But if she legit did move out and she doesn't live there anymore, she can also say, look, if I surveil the place, you'll see I never go back there. I don't live there. That's number one. Number two, guess what she's had? You know how to defend the best way? Take a fucking drug test.
That too.
Take a piss test. Yeah. Look, I'm not on anything. I'm clean. That should suffice. Not going to the fucking Reddit community, misspelling shit, not knowing how to write. And the reason I think she hasn't done it is because she's probably high as fuck when she was doing this.
Yeah.
Okay? No fucking way. That's number one. Number two, we don't know what abusive means in this case.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know, I feels like
she said he locked her in the house for like hours.
I'm not going to make a joke about that. Like, I'm not condoning that. It just feels like she really is unstable, like the way she wrote all this. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to downplay it. I don't want to invalidate, but there may be more. I mean, I hate to be serious. There might be more like a delusional thing going on here.
Well, I think that she caught up on her lies. I don't know if you guys caught it, where she said he would take my phone and then he'd be like, but then he would ignore all of my texts of me telling him to open the door.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That doesn't exactly make sense.
She doesn't know what she's doing. There's something about this that just feels like she's out of touch or imbalanced. I don't know. Christian, what do you think? Your ex-boyfriend ever lock you out or whatever?
All right, calm down. No, I think this sounds like these two were just hotboxing their house full of meth smoke. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, like, on one hand, like, yeah, if this is true to the extent that she spells it out, I feel very sorry for her because it sounds, awful, at least the abuse part. On the other hand, it just, like, from the second I read it, I just couldn't seem to believe what she was putting out there.
Yeah.
And it just makes me think, like, this is kind of what happens when you give crackheads the internet. Like, this is sort of the repercussions that occur. You get Reddit posts like this, and so, I don't know.
That was savage. She called her a crackhead.
Me? Right there? Yes. We have, crackheads and Trumpers and all sorts of people on the internet.
Yeah, I don't know.
The bottom line is that bitch is crazy. Can I interject really quick? Yeah. I just want the audience to know, and I'm going to give props to Karina. Karina found a new cookie hookup for us called Cookie Good.
Cookie Good.
Sorry. Sorry, it's called Cookie Good. And I ordered our first order. It's going to be here in about 15 minutes. A chocolate chip.
Okay.
A churro.
Oh, that sounds good.
A s'mores cookie. A red velvet for Jennifer.
Oh, okay.
A birthday cake. Black and white, which I'm going to take home for Maya.
Okay.
A cookie dough brownie and a coffee cake blondie.
Ooh.
And
the cookie dough brownie sounds
believe it or not, and I'm serious, this ended up being less than what Insomnia would have been.
What happened to Insomnia?
Fuck them. They never fucking gave us anything or like
no props, no nothing. Yeah. We called them out, hashtagged them so many times. So fuck Insomnia. Mm-hmm. And we tried Crumble the last 2 times, and they're just so over the top. Yeah. Like the Crumble cookies can't. So we're gonna try the good cookie good, whatever, good cookie good, cookie good. Yeah, yo, you good? Jen, you good?
Good.
We good. So we'll try Cookie Good. Yeah. And we'll see how that ends up. We found
them on TikTok, so let's see how.
Yeah, that's another
one of the best cookies in LA.
But because TikTok got me last time, I don't know if I talked about it, but we went to this supposed to be like this Wagyu beef shawarma place. It's supposed to be like super good. Like 5 different influencers. Sounds really good. No, it was so mid. I mean, like tiny bit above mid, but not worth. And it was like $90 for like 3 of us to have half a pita shawarma stew, like not even full size.
Where was it?
In Studio City, in this place on Ventura Boulevard. I'm not even going to give him the name because I don't want anybody else to go fuck him. But anyway. All right, go ahead. Next one.
Am I the asshole? My ex-husband has been accused of inappropriate conduct by his subordinate. He stands to lose his job, face an industry blacklist, and possibly get a criminal record. I am not willing to give the statement in his defense. That was just title.
Oh. Okay. All right.
My ex-husband and I had a nasty divorce after 20 years of marriage. He cheated on me with not less than 3 of his former coworkers and married his last mistress. It was an ugly divorce, and we share a 19-year-old son who doesn't talk to his father anymore. My ex and his wife are currently pregnant with their first child. Now, coming to the main story. When my ex and I were married, there was this particular woman from his job who started blackmailing my ex for money. She used to send him threatening messages and ended up stalking me for weeks. It was a scary time. Apparently, she has mental health issues and was in love with my ex. According to him, she turned batshit crazy when he didn't return her feelings. He showed me her messages, so I had no reason to doubt his story. She left us alone and we moved on with our life. Now, all of this happened around 8 years ago, way before I had any inkling of his cheating. Now, cut to the present. Without going into details, this woman has now accused my ex of some serious misconduct. My ex has been burned many bridges as a result of a company lawsuit, which cost him friends and his job. Those people are now supporting the woman's claims. In his defense, my ex said that I was a witness to the woman's crazy behavior with the stalking and repeated blackmail. People know that we had an ugly divorce and that we no longer talk to each other. My testimony would hold a lot of weight. So my ex-husband turned up to my doorstep last night, asking me to speak in favor of his character. I was directed to say that my ex-husband is a good man. I was also asked to talk about the stalking incident. I refused. I really don't want to involve myself in this mess. We are divorced for a reason. Moreover, I don't even know if he's innocent. I don't know this man at all. I just want to remove myself from his issues completely. He has called me a horrible woman who is punishing an unborn child who needs his father to provide for him and be around. Am I the asshole here? Jen?
Definitely not the asshole. But I think she could use the situation to her advantage in some way.
Then she would be.
I don't think she's the asshole for not going, honestly, just because, I mean, she doesn't believe he's a good man, obviously. You know, why would she go? If she has to go out there and under oath say he's a good man, he's not. You know, to her, she's not, and she's telling the truth. Like, I don't want to. If I go up there, I'm not going to say you're a good man. So, no.
Okay.
I think he should be grateful.
The ex-husband is down tremendous. if you gotta go to your ex-wife who you cheated on 3 different times and had a nasty
No, that was
divorce
at least 3.
At least 3.
Yeah.
True. And had a nasty divorce with, and you're like, all right, you gotta say that I'm a good man, blah, 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 blah. Like, he ran out of options. This man's, Jesus Christ, she's not the asshole.
Does she want those support checks to keep coming?
He's 19. I thought they stopped after 18.
Not spousal.
Oh.
Child goes to their 18, but like alimony, no. So unless she's independently wealthy now, she needs to say whatever the fuck she has to keep her money rolling in. Otherwise, all she's honestly doing is hurting herself. Is she the asshole? Honestly, no. She's being like truthful to Reddit, right? And I understand there sounds like there's still some bitterness, like with the way she wrote it. But at the same time, there's bigger issues here. Number one, if the guy could, and now I don't know what criminal charges he would face unless it was like a hard R kind of thing, right? But
it sounds about right.
Because that's different, right? And if that were the case and he was accused of rape, then for sure I wouldn't testify on his behalf.
Yeah.
If it's not that, if it's just some kind of flirtiness that went wrong and or whatever, you know, I wouldn't want my child to see his parent in jail.
She said the kid.
I know that I understand that's her perspective, but I don't think she understands 100% how the child feels. It's still a father. If he lives with the mom, he may be siding with her just to keep the peace in the house.
That too.
You don't know. At the end of the day, it's still it's still a parent. I'm sure they have some kind of bond, and nobody wants to have to go see their dad in jail, especially if it's not warranted.
Yeah.
So again, it's a hard question in that, is she an asshole for being honest or truthful? No, but I think her honesty is skewed to her viewpoint. I don't dispute that he's been, having affairs, or he's a serial cheater. That probably all happened. Whether or not he deserves to go to jail, whether or not all that, I don't know. It doesn't sound like it to me, unless again, this was something more violative.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not trying to defend that kind of behavior. It's just important to know that there's levels of inappropriateness.
Yeah.
Not everyone deserves, a fucking ass raping by Bubba in jail, because you're in on a sex offense. No, that happens.
No, I know.
Prisoners that are convicted of any crimes against women or children, especially rape, hard R rape, not like, roofie. I mean, like hard rape. They are targeted.
Yeah.
So this guy is going to take a few in the ass if he goes to jail for something like this. So that should be kept in mind. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, but I Christian's point of like, how pathetic is this guy if this is the only person he can turn to?
The only person who can say, yeah, he's a good man.
But I think she should feel powerful now because his life is in her hands.
I would honestly, I'd be like, all right, I do it. But what could you do for me? Because
there it is. Girl power, right?
Girl power.
My sisters before misters. Right there it is. Did you realize how savage that just sounded? This guy's facing loss of his income and job and livelihood and jail. Fuck it. What can you do for me? I don't feel sorry one way or another. I don't know them personally. I'm just saying there's always more to the story than what some crazy drunken woman types on Reddit.
Tough shit for him.
I'm just saying. I bet you there's more to this.
Karma biting him in the ass.
That's not going to be the only thing happening to his ass if he gets convicted. I'll tell you that.
Honestly, though, I mean, I wouldn't go. I remember I had a friend who was also fucking crazy.
Asking for a friend, right?
Okay. No. I stopped being their friend.
Okay.
But they had, even after we stopped being friends, they asked me to go and testify on their conduct or like character to try to get their siblings under their care. I didn't go. No, I didn't think they were stable enough mentally. I didn't think they were.
Okay, that's a different question.
They were crazy. So
right,
I feel like it's the same thing with her. She doesn't know that.
It's not, because in a sense you were taking the welfare or well-being of the younger siblings into account when you did that. I'm assuming. Yeah. Right. This is not like that. Right. This is just the guy's like, hey, look, they're coming after me. There's complaints filed against me. This could be bad for all of us, including you, especially if you need my support, like financially. Help a brother out. And again, I'm not saying he's innocent or guilty or otherwise. I just think that the way she wrote it is designed to get people to side with her, and there's probably more to it. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Next one then. Are we good? We're good on that one?
We good.
All right, we good. Next one. Crazy ex is trying to get my house swatted.
Swatted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what that means now.
Your favorite kind. Hello.
Oh, God.
My 25 female, crazy long distance ex, 25 male, from another state knows my address and is trying to ruin my life. He sent a cop to my house to do a wellness check on me the other day, and he keeps sending threatening messages saying that he will send pizza and escorts to my house. I would take the pizza. Fuck the escorts. But I would take the pizza. Anyways. But I called the police and filed a police report, got a case number, gave him the case number, and told him to stop contacting me in any way, shape, or form, or I will press charges for harassment. He has nothing to lose. He's suicidal, has BPD, lost his mom earlier last week, and so he still responded to this text and said, I'll do way worse than that. And with a little, like the purple little devil emoji. Then a day passed with no text. Then today at 3 a.m., he said, I sent you some heroin. As a token of my apology. Sorry for coming into your life and ruining it. Knowing how crazy he is, I know he's not bluffing. I'm scared that this is how he's going to get my house swatted, by sending me drugs in the mail, and once the package arrives, I end up getting arrested for possession. I'm so scared, I don't know what to do, and I'm scared of him trying to get me arrested. I'm also scared of him driving all the way here to kidnap me. I did nothing to him. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing this to me? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's all you get commentary. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm lost at words. I was lost at words when I read that. I still don't know how to respond to that. That's some crazy shit. Like, that's some crazy shit.
This dude sounds kind of lit, though. He's Christian. Just like, here's some drugs, hookers, and pizza. Like, have at it. I mean, like, see where his mind's at.
Christian would take it.
But in all seriousness, it's like some people are crazy. I mean, I don't know why the purple devil emoji like really made me laugh. Like, that is just so unserious in a situation that, you know, could potentially end up with a couple people in jail. But I mean, yeah, this man sounds crazy. Yeah. Was this like an "am I the asshole" question, or is it just a story of
legal advice?
Oh, legal advice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't give that. So.
Oh. No, it's not. It's what would Eric do segment. Right. Well, it's under the same like.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I mean, if they're in California, then the following advice might apply. If they're in a different state, check with a local attorney. But first thing I would do, honestly, is I would find my local like DEA office. Mm-hmm. I would show them that text, and I would say, "Look, you guys can check my mail every day. I want you to know this is not me. In the event he really does this." Mm-hmm. I don't know that a restraining order will help unless there's I know that in California, the standards has to be imminent harm. Yeah. The guy's in another state. It's not imminent. Mm-hmm. I understand being swatted or whatever, you know, could be problematic, but that's not what the temporary restraining orders are designed for. Having said all that, okay, it's odd to me that this guy is holding on that. I mean, I understand bipolar, crazy, all that. It feels like she was quite the sunshine. If they are fucking thousands of miles away and this guy is doing everything he can, right? That's because he's just mad at what he's not getting anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right.
Christian, did you have anything to say? Oh, okay. Good. All right. This is, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for not allowing my ex-husband's girlfriend to wear my wedding dress? I, 35 female, have been divorced from my 41 male husband for 3 years now.
Wait, how old are they?
35 and
35
41.
and 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We have one son, 5, together. My ex, we'll call him K, started dating another woman, we'll call her G. K and I have a great relationship with each other. We still love each other as friends, but K started dating G about 10 months ago. G and I have become really great friends and enjoy being around each other. Everything seemed to be going great.
This is already so weird. Okay.
And so the other day, G and K have started talking about marriage. I know K is really hesitant, but G really wants to be married and have children on her own. I guess G saw some old pictures of me in my wedding dress and has been raving about how pretty my dress is. The other day, we had coffee together and G brought up getting married soon. I told her how happy I was for her. Things changed, though, when she asked if she could wear my wedding dress. I was really shocked she even asked. I immediately told her that I was flattered, but no. She immediately got extremely pouty and started to ask why not. I explained that I just wasn't comfortable with her wearing my dress to marry my ex-husband. She got really upset and started to cause a scene. I walked out knowing that she was not going to calm down. About an hour later, my ex-husband called asking what happened. When I told him, he completely understood and was on my side, but it didn't end there. G has been having her friends and family call me and my work calling me an asshole for not sharing. G is claiming that I'm not over K and that I'm just doing this to ruin her wedding. While it is true that I'm not over K, part of me just doesn't feel comfortable having her wear my dress. This whole argument has really put a strain on my ex and I's relationship and the relationship around my son. Part of me feels like I should give in, but I just don't feel comfortable with it. So am I the asshole for not letting her wear my dress that I wore to marry my ex-husband when she's going to marry him next?
Yeah, that is so weird. There's no way I would be okay with that. No way. I can't imagine any woman would be okay with that. Really.
I think everyone's crazy here. I think everyone's fucking batshit crazy. Maybe not the man. We don't know about him. But both of these they're both fucking crazy. The bitch for being her friend. One. The fucking new girlfriend for wanting the same dress your now fiance is going to marry you and you want to wear the same dress as the ex-wife wore. Thirdly, why is she writing? I feel like she isn't, like she said, she's not over K. And this is why she's also not one. I don't know. It's just weird. The whole thing. They're all just fucking batshit crazy to me. I don't know.
Who raised these losers? What the hell? I mean, first of all, you're in your late 30s at this point. We're not kindergartners fighting over who gets to play mom and dad.
Exactly.
This is insane. Everyone's insane. I loved how unnecessary that line of, although it may be true, I'm not over K. Okay, no one had to know that. Cool.
Oh, you missed it. Last episode, this guy admitted he was a virgin to Reddit. Eric was on his case.
23-year-old in college. Never kissed a girl.
Never even kissed a girl. So that's not bad compared to what we had to read.
That's so sad. Honestly, this is also sad. I mean, God, some therapist out there can make bank off these women. Could you imagine if two men who shared an ex-wife/wife were like, hey, can I borrow your suit? Let me wear your suit for my wedding.
But you guys would let that happen. You'd be like, sure, whatever. Fuck.
I don't think a man has ever, in the eternity of ever, has asked that question. I just don't.
Hold on. You're telling me you wouldn't let your ex-boyfriend wear your suit?
Yeah, come on, Christian.
Thank you. I might be the only one that literally thinks this is no big deal. It's just a fucking dress. I mean, it's a piece of clothing. They're not married, and maybe she can't afford her own dress. And if she really liked it, it's in a way, it's a compliment.
No.
In a way, it's a compliment. They're friends now, aren't they? They said they all get along.
Jennifer, if you guys were to get married and she wore your ex's wedding dress.
I don't even remember what my ex wore for our wedding. I don't give a shit. As a husband,
it's just weird.
But I guess my point is, that's just weird between women because I don't think men care. Honestly, it wouldn't matter to me.
Christian, would you marry two different girls in the same dress?
I mean, honestly, I don't think I would notice. I just think the fact that this is such a big deal to both of them is the weird part to me. It's weird that she would ask that.
Yeah, why would she want to?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's a big deal for her because she asked that. So that's weird. It's also a big deal of how the response.
That's not weird,
everything was so weird to me. Was this in Am I the Asshole?
Yeah, that was Am I the Asshole?
Like,
For saying no, basically.
Yeah, she's not. It's just, y'all are weird.
What if she offered to rent it from her?
No.
Would that change anything?
That's her ex-husband.
I know, but I'm saying, what if she said, look, I really loved the dress you wore when you married the guy I'm about to marry. Can I just rent it for the night? It's so beautiful. I love it. It's so pretty. And maybe she can't afford it. That's what I really think is going on. Maybe she's ashamed to admit that or whatever. But honestly, I think that
No. This is a power play.
This literally sounds like an episode off of fucking Reba. With
who?
Right? With off of Reba. You never watched that show, Reba?
The fuck's a Reba?
It was like a little sitcom. It was an old sitcom.
Right, you watch Reba.
I actually watch it frequently on Hulu. But she basically
What the fuck is Reba?
I've never heard.
Reba McEntire had a sitcom for a while.
called Reba.
The singer?
Yes. It's on Hulu.
That couldn't have gone very well.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay, I knew that.
A single mom
that's
who
an older
works too
generation.
hard, loves her kids, and never stops. No.
I don't know.
Karina's a super fan.
I love Reba. I literally watched her sing the national anthem.
I just learned so much more than I needed to about Karina. This explains so much.
Okay, I want to hear what happened on Reba.
No, do you know how you've watched it before, right?
I've seen it.
Okay.
Fuck Reba. Can we just get to the story? What the hell?
Well, her ex-husband left her for his dental assistant, and her character was like this. Like, she would ask questions like something like that, like, "Oh, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that?" She'd kind of forget that Reba was the woman she stole her husband from.
Okay, but this doesn't say they stole. I'm just saying they look.
But it sounds like
I'll tell you what.
That, but yeah,
if she didn't make it a point to let us all know that they're good friends now and they're buddies, that'd be one thing. But power play, no power play, financial issue. I don't know. Maybe it really is just a situation where she thinks they're good enough friends. Everybody's over everybody.
I wouldn't even let my friend wear my wedding.
Okay, but that's you. I know you'd fucking hit your friend in the car if they were like in the rain. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. You would pull over and drive the curb just to splash them. Yes,
not my friends. At least I'm honest, not my friends.
But my point. I mean, I think we beat this to death. But
okay.
I don't know who's really crazy here or who's not.
Okay.
But I don't think it's I don't think the ex is crazy. I think that's the point. I think that she might be overstepping.
No, the story wasn't that the ex was crazy. It's the girlfriend is crazy right now.
Okay, but the current girlfriend is just look. You know the old saying, it never hurts to ask, because what's the worst case? You're in the same position you're in anyway if they say no. So maybe she just took a shot.
I don't know.
I to have people call her.
Yeah, that was weird.
Okay, I was trying to leave that part out, but
exactly.
Okay, that's a little fucked up. You know.
Thank you for bringing that up, Christian.
It's a little peer pressure. Maybe you should sit on that side.
What is it with people bullying people like that? The other woman was bullying someone.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you in the real life practice of law. Like, I have attorneys call me from former clients that were mutual. Like, hey, are you still representing so and so? Yeah. Listen, can you make a call for me? They never paid my last bill. I've had that happen a few times.
I thought he was going to bring up me bullying my friend into emailing him as he believed.
No, I'm pretending that never happened.
Okay.
Now that you brought it up again, though, she did. She worked those fucking phones all to win the worst dad.
Two emails.
And
one of them I did ask.
And the dad joke. And her dad joke wasn't even funny.
You laughed.
I only laughed because I was trying to be courteous. It's like camp counselors when your kid goes to camp and they come home and they're like, "Oh my counselor Eddie was so nice," and they're my friend. Like, no, they have to be nice to you because they're paid to be nice. Like, it's not counselor's not your fucking friend. Okay. But anyway.
Okay, that's not necessarily true.
Actually. Yes, it is.
Camp counselors are usually there because they like it.
Or they need the money.
Or
there are better ways to get
money. Or they like kids.
Yeah, or they like kids. That too.
You did. You said it, not me. All right. Next one.
Next one. Okay.
How many we got left?
How many do you want to do? We could end it whatever you want.
How one would you two more because we're running late and our cookies arrived. They're out. They're outside waiting for us.
Crazy ex threatening legal action for her bills. So my now ex and I were dating for about a year and 4 months.
By the way, this is every fucking divorced man out there. But all right, but go ahead.
They weren't even married.
It doesn't matter.
I helped her out with her car payments and such. She was in a car accident and got a brand new sports car, a Camaro. Granted, she could barely afford the payments for her old car. She decided to shove that extra cost of the new car onto me, which I had no problem with at the time. Come to find out that she cheated on me twice in the past few months, and I ended the relationship. And now she's been threatening to sue me for the money for her car payments because I promised her the money and she wouldn't have gotten such an expensive car otherwise. despite the fact that she bleeds money on shit she doesn't need. Legally speaking, I made it clear in text at the start of the relationship that if she cheated, it's over, no questions about it. Does she actually have a case, or is she just being crazy?
Okay, tell that bitch to go fuck herself. Nothing would make me happier than to see her have to give her car away.
Yep.
She does not deserve that car.
Yeah, I that's insane. I wouldn't even know what to do, honestly. I feel like, no, like, bitch, fuck you. Return the fucking car. Leave. That's how I feel. But
I don't have any legal advice, but my advice would be to call the Repo Reaper on her and get that shit out of there.
I mean, from a legal perspective, if this is California, she has no right. She has no leg to stand on.
Right.
There's no case. There's no nothing. I surprisingly agree with you guys this time. Fuck her. She is nuts.
Yeah,
right? And
fuck her.
I'm serious. I mean, that's like so out of pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, we could make jokes and stuff, but I mean, this is not even like that. I mean, it's not even controversial. Like, it doesn't even it doesn't swing even both ways. It's clearly she's fucked up. So, and she could take her Camaro and go fuck herself.
Okay. So I'll let you choose from the last three. I'll give you titles and you can choose.
All right.
Just two more.
Okay.
All right. Am I the asshole for not letting my husband buy a house for his ex and kids? Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend it's weird that she wants to name our son after her dead ex-boyfriend? Or am I the asshole for calling my ex-wife a crazy bitch for trying to break our daughter and her boyfriend up so that she can start dating the boyfriend's dad?
What?
Which story would you like?
You know what? Because although you cheated, because you won the dad joke last week, even though it was bullshit, I'll let you pick.
Oh, that's not fair. I don't know. Christian, I'll give it to you, actually. The last one? Okay. Am I the asshole for calling my ex-wife a crazy bitch for trying to break up our daughter and her boyfriend so that she can start dating the boyfriend's dad? It's so crazy. It's honestly, the name is so crazy. My 45 male, ex 35 female, and I have a daughter, Elena, 16 female. Elena has been dating Eric, 18 male, for about 8 months now. Things have been going well for them. My ex is active in Elena's school community and recently met Eric's dad, 44 male, at a recent school function. From what I understand, they hit it off and were moving in the direction of seeing each other. That is until Eric's dad found out that my ex is the mother of his son's girlfriend. He thought things would be weird and awkward if they started dating, so he made it very clear to my ex that they were no longer a possibility and explained why. My ex did not take that well. According to what Elena told me later, her mom came home drunk one night and started mumbling at her about how she was a burden who always ruined her happiness. The next day, ex either didn't remember or pretended not to remember, and thanked Elena for taking care of her while she was drunk. But it didn't take long before my ex started telling Elena how she didn't think Eric was right for her. They've got a 2-year age gap and will be separated for at least that long when he went to college, and that it would be better to break it off now. Elena was super upset that they got into a fight bad enough that she came to spend the night at my place. I told her that her mother was full of it, and as long as the guy's not hurting her, it's none of her mother's business who she dates. Things calmed down for a bit before suddenly escalating. Instead of simply telling my daughter it would be best to break up with Eric, ex started actively trying to sabotage their relationship. Examples include telling Elena she saw Eric with another girl, talking up and trying to introduce Elena to one of her friend's kids, and even stealing Elena's phone so that she could use it to text Eric they were done. After resolving the misunderstanding with Eric, Elena had an even bigger fight with her mother before finally getting the reason why she was doing this. She wanted to get together with Eric's dad, but he wouldn't be with her because their kids were dating. Elena lost it, called her mom a crazy bitch, and came back over to live with me. When I got the full story, I was livid. I called my ex to ask her what the fuck she thought she was doing. She said her love life wasn't any of my business. I told her I don't care about her love life. I care about our daughter. Then I asked her why. If Eric's dad wouldn't be with her because of the kids' relationship, would she think he would be okay with her breaking up the kids? She called me jealous and said that he wouldn't know if I didn't tell him. I called her a crazy bitch just like Elena did and hung up. Now, not only am I getting texts from her calling me abusive, but also her sister and her friends, who I assume don't have the true story, calling me the same. I tried to ignore them, but it did get me thinking about whether I went too far when I lost my temper. I'm not a 16-year-old like Elena who can't filter their thoughts from their mouth. Am I the asshole here?
Okay. There's so much to unpack there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
First of all, I think he told her he couldn't date her because of their kids' relationship because he knew she was batshit crazy.
That too. Yeah, I honestly, she needs help. This is beyond, like, this sounds like one of those mom that competes with their daughters, and that she's competing. She's like, now, like, I'm gonna date the dad and you're not gonna have anything. fucking. Like, she's like miserable. She doesn't have a love life, and she sees that her daughter does, and she's like, you know what? I'm gonna take her dad, so you can't fucking date him. That's what I feel like is going on.
It's so perverse and twisted for a mom to do that to her kid.
Christian, you have a lot of thoughts over there.
This crazy whore of a mom. My God. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, first of all, no, the ex-husband's not jealous. Not a single logical person in the world would be jealous. Exactly. I'm sure he's ecstatic that they're divorced. I mean, I don't, there's like almost too much to unpack where it's just better left like, no, he's not the asshole and she's a crazy whore. Yeah. That's where I'll leave it.
I think Jennifer was spot on in that. I think that was just used as an excuse to like maybe not hurt her feelings. And you can kind of say that's like a valid reason, you know, well, our kids are seeing each other. I think that might be awkward, you know?
Yeah.
But honestly, if I know most men, that's not the reason. Yeah. Okay. There's something else because if she was halfway decent looking, he'd be hitting it. He wouldn't give a fuck. Right.
They're like on Gossip Girl.
I mean, they might be.
Parents were dating.
I'm just saying they might have a thing where they hear each other in different rooms, like in the same house. Oh. That's what. So my point is, I don't think it's really that. I think that was just a convenient.
It definitely was him.
Like way to kind of like let this down.
Yeah.
The fact that she took that as a challenge to like, you know, get the fucking like her, you know, is so beyond anything normal.
Christian, what would you do if your mom was trying to break you and your boyfriend up to date his dad?
It's not even worth responding.
Sometimes there are no words. I mean, honestly, that's a good last one because that's crazy in every way. Is the ex-husband an asshole? No, not at all. And is that abusive? No. And she gets her fucking sister to go after him too. Like, there's so much disturbing behavior going on in this like little weird foursome or whatever this is. Yeah, they're no.
These are the same parents that later they're like, I wonder why my kid doesn't talk to me anymore. Bitch, because you're fucking crazy. That's why your kid is not going to come see you when you're old. And
that's even worse. It's like you're sabotaging your child's relationship. What if this was like her first love?
It probably was.
I'm just saying, you know.
Honestly, she's 16.
That's what I mean. Was. You know, I hate to say, I don't wish bad on anybody.
I know.
But there are people that commit suicide over less at that age. You know, that's like a really, and then it comes out that she's doing this intentionally so she can fuck her boyfriend's dad.
Finding that out is insane. Like,
I think she should be grateful that all the daughter did was go to her dad, like her biological father, and like she could have done a lot of self harm. That's the amount of. I mean, how let down must you be? How betrayed must you feel as a child if your parent,
I know,
the one that live with, your primary caregiver, your custodian, is actively taking steps to ruin your relationship just so she can get with your boyfriend's dad?
I know. That's so
damn.
Weird.
And let me just say, okay, and not that I'm condoning any of this, but if this were going to happen, just go to the fucking dad direct.
Yeah.
Just be like, yo, I could rock your world way better than my daughter does your son. I got experience on my side. Let's just hook it up. Okay. It doesn't have to get weird. We can get a hotel room somewhere. Okay. I'm just saying nobody has to see us because there's nothing wrong with that legally speaking, right? They're not related, right? I mean, I know it's awkward, but that's what I'm saying. Just do it on the DL.
I didn't want to have anything to do with her.
Did I use that right? DL? Yeah. Just you know, just be low key.
Yeah. Use that right too.
No cap.
No cap.
I mean that. Mm-hmm. Did I say that right too?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And fuego.
You're on a roll today, Eric.
Just call me butter because I'm on a roll. You like that? Thank you.
The momentum.
Yeah, I think. All right, Karina, tell them where they can find us.
All right. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate all the support. Remember, you can find us at the Bentama Confirm on Instagram, Bentama Confirm on Twitter and TikTok. Our website's at eblawfirm.us, and you can email us at info@eblawfirm.us. All right. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
All right. See you next week.